Welcome to Patty's World, where we talk everything manifestation, mindset, and mindset shifts, and a little bit of lifestyle, because why not? Lifestyle is fun and the way we live, and we're always looking to improve our lifestyle. That's part of the manifestation process. So, welcome. And today I want to talk about, are you doing it right? I get a lot of questions because people don't know, and there's so much information out there, and there's techniques and tools and approaches. And I first started with law of attraction 15 years ago, and then I understood law of assumption and read some of Neville's books, and I'm going back over them. And it's really, I feel like the more awareness you have, the more awareness you have. And I'm reaping new understanding of his teachings, and it's fantastic. And I wanted to share them here. So I think I'm a powerful creator. I've manifested an incredible life. I have a phenomenal life in every capacity. And I 100% think this works. Everything starts in our mind, in our mindset. It's what you believe you're worthy of. If you don't believe you're worthy of something, then you're never going to bring it or draw it in or align with it in your life. So it all starts within us. We can try to change our outside world, but until we deal with ourselves and the beliefs and the emotions and the assumptions that we have, everything's going to stay the same. And you're always manifesting. You have to understand that most of your life, you've been operating on autoplay, on unconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs that were auto-programmed into your mind as a child and growing up. And that's what has been playing out. But you're always manifesting. Here's the great news. You can absolutely change it. Once you have the awareness, which you do now, you can say, oh, I can believe something different. And Abraham Hicks says this, a belief is just a thought that you keep having over and over again. So start thinking new things, start believing new things, start affirming new things, start assuming new things about yourself and your life. And if you believe something is hard, that's what's going to play out in your life. I have shifted that belief. Everything comes to me with ease, under grace, in divine timing. And I stay in that energy that everything comes to me with ease in the perfect way under grace. And that's just where I am. So, are you doing it right? Here's the things you want to focus on. First and foremost, how do you feel? What state are you embodying? Because your state will determine everything, because you can be affirming and you can be meditating. But if you're still checking your external world for signs, for proof that there's change, then you're still in that I don't have it yet. Obsessiveness, compulsiveness, you're still operating from lack. And the manifestation is instant in our imagination, in our minds. That's how you know it's working. Because if you go in your imagination and you create a scene, a movie scene, Neville calls them imaginal scenes. Before you go to bed, I love it. Right before you go to bed, your last thought should not be focused on worry and fear. Your last thoughts before you're falling asleep, create imaginal scenes of the desires that you want and feel good about them. You tie emotion into it and gratitude as if it's done. Create a scene assuming that you have what you want and feel grateful and joy and fall asleep to that. That is the key. And the more you do that, the more your imagination will merge with your external reality. That's the law. What you assume to be true, and you have that belief, and it's so true for you, you have faith in that belief, you know it's coming to pass. And whatever happens in your outside world, your external reality will not trigger you, because you know that everything always works out for you. So first and foremost, focus on your state. How are you feeling? If you're still in desperation, if you're still in neediness, if you're still in obsessiveness, if you're still operating from lack, then you have more work to do on yourself. As within, so without. So focus on you, on ways to bring yourself to a joyful, peaceful, neutral state. There's a lot of techniques out there and tools that you can use. Meditation worked for me. I believe affirmations work for me. Now, tie those affirmations into emotion, because if you're just robotically repeating them, well, then they can be meaningless. Although I think they do stop that negative self-talk that we sometimes go through. But affirmations tied to the emotion and the belief that when you say, I am worthy, you believe it, you embody it, you feel it within your heart. So you can do EFT tapping. You can do scripting. Write a letter to yourself from your future self, telling yourself that it all worked out. Sit down. Try this technique. Sit down and write yourself a letter from your future self, a year, 2 years, 6 years from now, telling you everything worked out for you just exactly how you wanted, and feel the emotions and feel the happiness and add the description and add the detail and read it to yourself every morning. You can do sleep track affirmations. I've been doing those lately. You wake up just feeling amazing because as you're listening to those sleep track affirmations, they are imprinting in your subconscious mind. And what you're living out every day are those subconscious beliefs or those limiting beliefs that have been programmed and you've been living on autopilot. So you create new beliefs, you imprint new beliefs in your subconscious mind, you create new neural pathways, and it really transforms you from within, which is where you see a lot of coaches or teachers talk about self-concept. Self-concept is everything. For me, it all started with self-love because I think when you love yourself, self-love encompasses everything to me. When you love yourself, you treat yourself with respect. You don't abandon yourself. You know you're worthy, you're deserving. You validate yourself, you approve of yourself. You're not looking for the outside world to give you that. And the thing is that most of us are looking for the outside world to show us something to feel good. But it's the opposite. First, feel good and secure and confident within yourself. Create those emotions and beliefs, those empowering beliefs about yourself tied to emotion, and your outside world will mirror it. So I think the imagination is crucial. Create scenes, and you can do it throughout your day. If something triggers you, go back into your imagination, sit silently. You can do it anywhere, in your car, at a stoplight, and create a movie scene. I call them movie scenes, imaginal scenes. Engage your imaginations and emotion where you see yourself living in the end. What does that mean? I gave an example on TikTok and I'll do it here now. Let's say you want a partner and you want to get married. Well, create a scene in your mind where you're celebrating your 1 year anniversary and you feel your ring and you're getting ready for dinner and your significant other or your spouse, your wife, your husband, whatever, surprises you with roses and you're going to dinner. Whatever it is for you, create that scene and feel the happiness and the peace and the joy and the relief because it's done. It implies that you're married. So those are the kind of scenes that you create in your imagination. The more you do it, the more you believe them, the more you have faith in them, they will come to pass because you're already living out assumptions from your mind. They're just limiting beliefs that have been auto-programmed, and you can change those beliefs. Manifestation is simple. We make it hard because we think we have to do all these things. So if you have a thought, don't freak out about it. It's the emotion tied to a thought, which turns into a belief. You can dismiss a thought and say, no, that's not true. That's not true in my reality. That doesn't happen to me because I believe that everything always works out for me. So are you doing it right? Focus on your state, how you feel, what you're believing about yourself, and if you see yourself leveling up as far as self-concept and having faith in your desires because you know they're already done. And it's only a matter of time before your external world reflects them. That's how it works. It's simple. The more times that you engage your imagination to feel it real, to live in the end, to live in the wish fulfilled, where you're giving gratitude. You can script, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful now that I have this and it's incredible, and describe the scene and the gratitude that you feel. Well, that affirms that it's done, that you have it because you're already giving gratitude. You've programmed that in your subconscious mind, and it will align you in your external world with all the ways that you can get something. And here's the key. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the how. Don't apply your linear thinking. That's something that used to stop me. Let go of that linear thinking because there's an infinite way, infinite possibilities of how something will show up. And trust me, when I've thought about the how, it shows up a completely different way that I never expected. So now I surrender that. I don't worry about the how. I just live in the end. And I continuously affirm and cement those beliefs about myself, that life is always working out for me and I have a fabulous life and I love my life and I pour love and positivity into my life. And that's what's being reflected back to me always. And when something undesired appears, I shift my attention. I don't give it my energy or my attention. I go back in my mind and create a scene in the end where it works out exactly how I want it. And you don't have to create the scene from the issue or the undesired situation. Let that go. That's a different situation. It's a different reality. In your mind, create a new reality, new place, starting fresh, what the ideal situation would look like for you. Embody that, feel that, affirm that, know it's done, feel the positive emotions tied around it. And Neville says this: you must assume in consciousness what you want in your reality. Consciousness is everything. That's your imagination. You must assume it is real. You must first assume what you want to be in your external world. And once you do that, then it's done. It changes everything. It's that simple. Try that. Engaging your imagination, your good feeling beliefs, and tie it to positive emotions. And you are doing it right. How do you know? Because you're going to be feeling better, because you're not checking, because you're secure in yourself, you're confident in yourself. When you're not waiting for external validation, but you know that within it feels right and it feels good and you have peace about something, then you know you're doing it right. So always bring it back to you. How do you feel within? What are your beliefs and what are your assumptions? If that has shifted, then you're moving in the right direction. And everything will unfold. It's like a miracle, but it will. And you will align and draw in all the desires of your heart. You're absolutely worthy and you're absolutely capable of getting everything you want.